Good Saturday morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, my buddy Cowboy Joe Brood, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Booth Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get and let's wake up the football gods. Man, I don't know about you, but I feel great. I feel great. We got over 40,000 subscribers before my birthday tomorrow. The Cowboys take on the Giants. The chance to actually choke out the division. That's right. Zeke Elliott talked about choking out the division. And this is a chance, teams. But this is a chance for the team to literally choke out the opposition and really make a statement that the Dallas Cowboys are for real. Now, yesterday was great. We ended up doing with my buddy Rio. You'll remember Rio was here last Sunday. He'll be at that toxic waste dump on Sunday watching the Washington football team take on, have their game and stuff, so he won't be here. Although, he basically said, whenever there's not a game at FedEx, I'm going to be here. But he's like, I might be here on some of those ones with FedEx. I might have to slip on out because, we don't have the traffic, the food's better, and you don't have to worry about that crap dropping on your head like you do over at FedEx Field. But all jokes aside, we had a great NFC East live stream. We had Philly 500. We had Bad Dog, Rio, and myself. And it was kind of cool to be able to kind of kick back while, the bottom feeders were kind of fighting amongst themselves for crumbs. So definitely check that out. Check out my man Rio, of course, Bad Dog, and Philly 500 and things. And, because they all put in, all the YouTubers out there put in great work and content for you guys to digest. So this morning I woke up and I was feeling so good because, I played defense, I am a defensive guy. And, it was kind of cool because last night somebody put in the chat in my live stream, they said, all those years that you were defending Dak and everything else and explaining the problems with the team and you stuck with them, you were right. Now, I don't know if I'm right or not, but I do know that the defense playing good makes a difference. You can look at Kansas City. Pat Mahomes is still playing really good, but the team is not as strong because the defense isn't. It's a team sport, and I don't know why people don't want to take that into consideration. And nothing has changed this team more than the defense turning around. And, you can point to, Dan Quinn. You can point to some of the different players. You can point to the youth. There's a lot of different things. But let's be clear here. You can have the best designs in the world, but if you don't have the right players to put into the system, it doesn't work. But I was going through some numbers this morning because I'm a numbers guy. I love to go by the numbers. Some people, we know Dan Orlowski will tell you that
can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into the narrative that we want to try and paint. And I probably am guilty of this. Can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into
and
the
that's
narrative.
True. You can, if you've taken statistics in college, between mean, median, mode, and modulation, you can use the same numbers and prove two different points. It's all in how you use the data. But I'm going to use the same data and just go back through and understand that the Dallas Cowboys defense is good for two reasons: pressure and takeaways. You can give up lots of yards, but if you can get takeaways, I've always said it, takeaways are gold. Takeaways are literally, can be a 14-point swing. I've seen it happen being at FedEx Field, knowing that the Cowboys are going to lose the game. Washington up one score late in the fourth quarter, down there in the red zone, driving. They score. It's a two-score game with only a couple minutes left. The game's over. And here it is. Kirk Cousins throws an interception in the end zone. They don't get those points. The Dallas Cowboys march all the way down the field, score, and win the game. That turnover was the difference in the game. And more times than not, if you can put pressure on the quarterback and you can take away the football, your odds of winning are that much greater. And this is what's almost insane. When you look at the numbers, right now we are second in takeaway of football, as opposed to looking back since 2014. 2014, I think it was last time we were actually that high, too. I think we were second that year, and the Cowboys, of course, were the catch-no-catch away from the NFC Championship game. We were second last year. We were seventh last year, where we had 10 interceptions. Let me say that. We had 10 interceptions last year, and we were seventh in takeaways. 2019, we were ranked 25th. We had 7 interceptions. 2018, we were 16th. We had 9. 2017, we were 16th. We had 10. 2016, we were 19th and had 9. In 2015, we were 32nd with 8 interceptions and taking the football away. So when you look at this now and understanding that here we are, we're only 4 games in, and we have 8 interceptions, which is already, ties the 2015 season, blows away the 2019 season, and you're only 2 away from evening the best in interceptions since 2014, you're doing some damage. It's almost insane because right now we're on pace for 34 interceptions. I don't know that that'll hold throughout the whole season. But when you start talking about 10 or less and you're looking now at like 32, it's insane. And, predicate that on Diggs being a ball hawk and a guy that's literally saying, ball comes in my area, that's my ball, being a former wide receiver. He is a stud. And you have to look at him, who now has a NFL defensive player of the month and week following it up, that he is right now the best cornerback in football. Changed my mind. Just changed my mind. And that's predicated because of another piece of the puzzle. The other piece of the puzzle is getting pressure on the quarterback. And Micah Parsons has been an absolute beast. I want you to understand that I'm just taking this statistic of quarterback hits. 2020, we had 74 quarterback hits. 2019, we had 90. 2018, we had 97. 2017, we had 97. 2016, we had 91. And 2015, we had 79. We have 27 right now. 27 quarterback hits right now. We're on pace to obliterate what we've done in the best years of the last few years. We're on pace for about 115. We're looking about 20 more quarterback hits than we have in the best year that we've had since 2014. And this is what's even crazier, because now this is, those kind of problems that you want to have. Right now, Micah Parsons has 7 quarterback hits. That puts him on pace for about 30 quarterback hits. Quarterback hits. 7 quarterback hits. That puts him on pace for about close to 30 quarterback hits for the season. And you think that the first game he played, he wasn't defensive end. To put that in perspective, I went back through the numbers on DeMarcus Lawrence. 2020, DeMarcus Lawrence, 10 quarterback hits. 2019, 16 quarterback hits. 2018, 23 quarterback hits. 2017, 26 quarterback hits. 2016, 6, and 2015, 12. Micah Parsons is literally about to blow away quarterback pressures that DeMarcus Lawrence has had over the last 8 seasons. Which brings us to, I guess, a good kind of problem. When DeMarcus Lawrence comes back, do we end up putting him back as the defensive end? Do we rotate the 2 players? Do we use Micah Parsons as a hybrid? Do we just kind of move them all around on the line? Or what is the plan? Because clearly he is the most dominant pass rusher we've had since probably DeMarcus Ware at the moment. Now, again, it's only a 4-game schedule, a 4-game look, sampling. It's still really early, but there's been no letdown. There's been no bad game that he's had. It's literally been crazy how good he has been. He is becoming a Lawrence Taylor out there, unstoppable, literally changing games where now teams have to look and say, where is Micah Parsons? And the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because right now the Dallas Cowboys, if they can keep up anywhere close to the pace that they are of taking away the football and hitting the quarterback, one helps the other. The more pressure you put on there, the more takeaways you're going to get. Forced fumbles, interceptions, bad passes, incompletion. And that, my friends, is winning football. And this is what Dan Quinn, and he was talking about the Dallas Cowboys becoming athletic, fast, and physical. You don't get much faster and much more physical than Micah Parsons, who likes to refer to himself as a Terminator or a raging bull. And so with that being said, I got a lot of work to do. I got to go pick up that 3-foot sub. I got to get all the meats for it and everything else and get ready for tomorrow. Although it's supposed to be raining tonight and into tomorrow morning. So we may end up being inside for the game tomorrow, depending on the weather. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But we'll get it all worked out. Either way, we're going to have the best live stream in the world. And program note for tomorrow, Cop Pizzle apparently is planning on live streaming tomorrow. So we may have the meltdown cam with Philly 500 at 1 o'clock, and then come 4 o'clock, we'll have the Cop Pizzle meltdown. So be sure to tune in. We're going to have a ball either way. I'm Mark Holmes, and you know how we roll. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Sports Report.